Inquisitor, welcome to the Exalted Planes, a place with a long and bloody history. Even now, the region is volatile. This was a front in the Civil War. Now there's rebels called the Freemen of the Dales, recently emerged and adding to the chaos.
This is where the elves made their last stand, isn't it?
Ah, you've studied the Dales. Yes. When offered a chance to lay down their arms and surrender, they refused.
This rebel group, tell me more about them.
They seem to be simple deserters, tired of fighting and dying for either the Empress or the Grand Duke. Now they want the Dales for their own. Worse, they're more organized than we anticipated. Be wary.
What else can you tell me?
Scouts have sighted Dalish elves. There must be a clan camped somewhere on the plains.
That will be all. Thank you.
With the rifts and the undead, the Orlesians have lost ground. Most have been driven back to their forts. We have to stabilize the region, allowing the Imperial Army to re-establish its presence. Good luck, Your Worship. You'll need it.
Hello everyone, my name is Tojo and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Age Inquisition here in the Exalted Planes. And today it's Mage's Day Out. We're gonna have some buddy time, Cassandra's taking a little break, it's fine. So, as I understand it, there was some... Of course you do, it's another geological survey.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
It's not. Okay. Anyway, so, apparently this was a site of a civil war. Everyone's, had like a ceasefire for peace talks and stuff, and then something happened. Apparently the Freemans have attacked, which I thought we dealt with them back at the Emerald Graves, but here they are. Anyways, let's go clear them out.
Keep off the ramparts. I wonder why.
I was never good at doing what other people wanted.
What's up with the ramparts now? Guardians of the Path. The plaque on statue reads, "Let the eternal flame purify your soul." Let the light of Andraste lift your spirits. Remember where Andraste's champion first set foot in the Exalted Plains, called Dearth of Aran by the Elves. Hallam Shrall's dark heart was conquered, but one last challenge came from the Elves, who would not submit to the Maker. They gathered upon the plains. Our champions answered their call, marching in Andraste's light on the path of flame. Lord Demetrius, Aran's sister Amity, and Sir Brandis of Lax Celestine called the Silver Helm. Well, no. So there's also apparently there's been disruptions with communications between the forces here. So there's rifts, there's undeads.
Captain Bryden has sent supplies from Griffin Wing Keep.
Rifts, there's undeads, and there's also high tensions between the forces here. So let's see if we can calm some of this down. Shouldn't be too hard. Everything's like level 11-ish.
Thank the Maker you came. How can anyone stop these things?
Are you Imperial Army?
Yes, Your Worship. I fight on the side of Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, rightful Emperor of Olay.
The peace talks in Hallam Shiral mean an end to hostilities, don't they?
We're no longer fighting each other, but demons, the dead. It was easier when we fought just men. You can win against men,
What's happened here?
We were trying to retake the ramparts from the dead. They rise here, somewhere within these trenches. It started when those free men showed up. Strange lights, like blue fire. It must be magic. But the free men are just deserters from the armies. How could they have managed this? And why?
I should be going.
Do they have access to Veilfire and are manipulating rifts? What's happening here? Well, I mean, if they're working with Corypheus and the Red Templars, whether they know it or not, they probably have access to that type of magic. Either way, let's put an end to it. Burn the corpses! Woo!
I'll have to find them.
Alright, we got 2 flames down. And then we signal for the recapture, yeah? Where's that horn? There's a horn.
Did you see how they cut through those things?
I know, we're impressive. Turn to Corporal Rosford.
Free men bastards. Causing trouble. The world's a mess. Demons.
So these guys are working for, what would they say, Duke Gaspard, who is supposedly the rightful Emperor of Orlais. So what's with the...
I can't believe they retook the ramparts.
Yeah, it wasn't that hard.
Maybe we got word to the Marshal. But Fort Reverson surrounded by undead and locked down.
What's happened here?
It started when those free men
You
showed
already
up.
told me that.
It must be magic. But the free men are just desert.
I should be going.
Enter Fort Res. Where is that? All the way over there. Okay. We've got some traveling to do. If this is where the bulk of both of the armies are, then yeah, this would be the place to cause a bit of chaos, keep them both shut down from Corypheus' viewpoint. Half this place is on fire. Did I really have to open the door? Rygard, I'll be gone by the time you get back, heading to Leeds. Join me as soon as you can. I've left some supplies in the hollow of the old tree, the one near the ruin. It should be enough to pay someone to take you to the city. Be safe.
What matters is what you want. Anywhere you go, I'll be with you.
I could probably look into getting Vivienne a new staff, just because I do like she has the Knight Templar specialization, so is technically the melee mage build. But with the low damage output of the sword at this point, it's probably better to just give her a ranged staff and let her just stand in the middle of things. Remember Lord Demetrius Aaron, the only one follower of blah blah blah. Remember Lord Demetrius Aaron, the only one of Andraste's champions to fall. The forces of the Exalted Mart met the elves upon the field. Our numbers far exceeded theirs. The champions, kind and fair, gave the elves a chance of peace, but the elves would not lay down their arms. They slew Lord Demetrius in their charge. Make her to him at his side. But yeah, as far as mechanics go, there's really no reason for her not to have just a general staff on her. Because she's going to be taken for us anyways. Might as well just give her higher damage output. We'll look into see if we can upgrade if we can craft an upgraded sword for her a little bit later. Linderane's fall. Remember the victory of the Dales. The elves were murderous and wild, for the Maker's grace did not touch them. The wildest there was the she-elf Lindriane. wielder of the great blade Evanura. Defiant to the last, she met Sir Brandis, the Silver Helm, in single combat and bested her. With... I just have to remember how to pronounce his name. Lindriane fell the Dales. With Lindriane fell the Dales. Okay. I'm one of those people that if I get caught up trying to pronounce a word I don't recognize, I end up losing all reading comprehension. It's a bit of an issue. There's another fort over here. Is anyone occupying these other than the Freeman? Who's supposed to be here? This is interesting architecture. Not at all concerning. I see you on the other side of the door. Wait, don't do that. There was definitely someone there. What in the Bloodborne is going on with these spires? Struggling there, friend?
Let me get this straight, sirs. You're an apostate, neither Dalish nor city elf, who lived alone in the woods studying spirits. Is that a problem for you? No, you're a special and unique snowflake. Live the dream.
Let's look around.
Alvarado's bathtub boot screech. If you can read this, you haven't drunk it. This letter found in the pocket of undershirt of a dead soldier is nothing more than a heart drawn on paper, then rolled up and secured with a gold ring.
A victory at last!
Hello?
That was a brilliant show, Inquisitor. My men had barely been keeping the Horde at bay. Bastien Prou, Marshal of the Grand Duke's forces here in the Dales.
Can't help but notice you had like 3 people defending the front gate against an arcane horror, meanwhile everyone else here is still standing around with plenty of, you know, arrows and ramparts to be using.
Why have you barricaded yourselves in here?
We had to retreat from the Western Front. The demons and undead were too much. But it's no better here. My patrols don't return, messages are lost. I've had no word from the capital in weeks. If we could regain our outposts, the ramparts, or even the garrison by the river, we can't just keep hiding. I want to die like a soldier, not cowering under a bed, praying the monsters don't get me.
What else do you know about the Dales?
Shouldn't I be asking you about the Dales? You'll be interested to learn a band of your people has set up camp in the west.
Oh, I can already tell you're going to be an asshole.
I've cleared out the dead from the western ramparts.
You did? Maker's breath. There's hope for us if the ramparts have been reclaimed. I'd alert our forces stationed outside the Dales, but the chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons. Those blasted freemen, or whatever they call themselves.
I've heard something of the freemen of the Dales. What do you know about them?
They're a mob of traitors. Too soft for war. Thought it was a skirmish or two and back for supper. Turns out it wasn't. And off they run to the first person to tell them their tantrums are acceptable. Now's they want. Independence. To establish a new settlement. Ridiculous.
I shall take my leave.
Good day.
Okay. So we've got 2 more places to capture, looks like. There's a garrison and the eastern ramparts. Hello. We also have to go talk to the Dalish. Did you know that Revis was the elven word for freedom? Revisan, this place where freedom dwells. One wonders why it wasn't given a more appropriate name after the reclamation of the Dales. Perhaps the adage remains true. Once one gets used to a name, it's hard to change. The walls in this place are ancient. I hope it holds.
Have you seen any of our fallen men out there?
Have many of you fallen?
What you see is all that's left. We were 1,000 strong once. The worst part is not knowing what happened to the men who don't come back. Maker turn his gaze on you, Inquisitor.
Did you just
turn his gaze on you, Inquisitor.
Have many of you fallen?
What you see is all that's left. We were 1,000 strong once. The worst part is not knowing what happened to the men who don't come back. Deserters? Or dead? If they're dead, we've nothing to tell their families. Nothing to send home.
Good luck to you.
Okay, now we have a quest. Alright, so we're going to be spending the episode clearing out outposts and garrisons.
I say we take our chances against the demons.
Legend of the Three Sisters, Book 2. Typically, the Three Sisters react in a similar manner upon entering the Belle Marche. Charisse is the adventurous one, intrigued by all sights and sounds of the market and thus heedless of any dangers. Marie is the brash one, the most suspicious of everything she sees and the one who makes withering, sarcastic comments even if she allows her sisters to drag her along. Brielle, meanwhile, is always the innocent one. She is depicted as wide-eyed and startled, like a doe lost in the wilderness, yet by the end of the tale she is also the one who bursts out of her shell the most. A common initial stop for the girls, for instance, is the White Rose, its infamous established in the Belle Marche, serving tea and cakes to noble patrons by day, and at night transforming into a house of ill repute filling with male and female prostitutes in elegant dress. The girls go there because the building is fashionable, someplace they can escape from the market's crowds. Inside, Marie is the first to realize that the friendly gentlemen are not what they seem. Brielle is scandalized, but it is Charisse who runs off to dance with these men despite her sister's protests. This leads to a chase through the White Rose, Marie and Brielle stumbling into a room after room where they are confronted with various patrons, Empress Celine herself is frequently mentioned. Marie scathingly berates these patrons, while Brielle is intrigued despite herself and eventually drawn off when Marie isn't looking. Marie throws her hands up in disgust and joins the dwarf in smoking, an illicit substance from a wild contraption. It is at this point in the tale where the girl's desperate chaperone La Bête appears in the White Rose and things get interesting. Details vary, but by the end part of the tale as the White Rose is in flames, La Bête has pummeled her way through a legion of clueless patrons, and the Three Sisters are let out of the back door by a charming elf, completely unaware anything is amiss behind them. To my knowledge, however, the White Rose has never been burned to the ground in its entire existence and maintains a legion of guards that make such antics implausible. Even so, the tale is stubbornly believed to be true in Val'Raya itself.
This was a beautiful land once. What a waste. Position soldiers could clear this passage.
Okay, definitely going to have to look into that. We also have to, maybe in the next episode or whenever we're done with this area, check in with our friends because we got a bunch of mission board quests for them. And they're all done now, it's just a matter of going back and talking to them.
A pity.
A worn piece of paper clearly folded and unfolded numerous times. Things I will do on my return. Have roast boar and wine at the Black Swan. Visit around the Gilded Lily. Play Wicked Grace. Swim in Lake Celestine, like I used to as a child. Sometimes focusing on this list is the only thing that gives me hope. From a Corporal March. If I do not survive this terrible conflict, I wish my property to be distributed among my family thusly. To my dearest mother, the last salary drawn from my service to His Grace the Grand Duke. To my brother Victor, my arms and armor, long may you defend our family. To my elder sister Margot, my love and everything in the pinewood chest. To my youngest sister Bess, the pinewood chest to my apologies. May the Maker take me into his hands.
Well, that's gruesome.
A bit, yeah. Okay, aren't there pyres I have to take over here? Yes. Let's focus on that, and then we'll grab the soldiers as we go. This dude's name, am I supposed to know him?
I won't let you destroy this!
Bit late for that, yeah? What's protecting this? There we go. To the horn! We gotta remember that dude's name was what? Gordian? Gordian? Something with a G. Alright, reclaim the eastern spire.
Could use an ale right now.
Friend? You're not supposed to be here. Dude's just wandering through the newly reinforced ramparts? Okay. Anyway. This looks like a place where I might find some bodies. Well, somebody. Ooh. Bro got pitchforks. My dearest mother, all is well, you need not worry. Do not believe what you may hear from the others. Trust me, your son. I would never lie to you. The war is going well, and Celine's troops are on the run. Keep up your hopes and your faith. I will be home before you know it. Please send my love to Dorette and the children. Your faithful son, Hugo. Angero's messenger. Long ago, when our people were strong and free, we roamed the world and could do as we pleased. But we were taught by Angero, mother of hares, to respect nature and all of the Creator's creatures. Even though the earth was ours, we did not misuse it. They say the great leaders of the people would pray to Angero for guidance. Where shall we hunt? Where shall we raise our hala? Where shall we settle and build? Angero would send her messenger, the owl, to show the people the way. And they would follow him to where the land was blessed. Always keep an eye out for the noble owl. You never know. Angero might have a message for you. Alright, we found one of Vivian's books. She doesn't have any dialogue for us right now, but it's fine. There's a body around here somewhere we need to find. That looks promising. Scout's journal is bloodstained and soggy from the rains, but some entries can still be made out. Relieve Corporal Collin at the Bone Hill Scout Post. Not entirely happy about this change. The area sees no battle. Was correct in earlier prediction. Have only seen deer and rabbits. Killed a hare for food. Best keep stores high just in case. Saw strange shape wandering the hills at night. The enemy? They walked aimlessly with shambling gait. Best keep a quiver close by. To my loved ones, if this letter reaches you, know that I died, and died well, in service of the noble Grand Duke. I did not run like the others did when the battles grew too much. I did not lose faith in the Maker. I was courageous till the end. Yours always, Julian. This scrap of parchment bears a sketch of a woman, beneath it a written line. The sight of you is the only thing keeping me strong. Alright, another fortress we gotta take over. Also, where is the Empress Celine's army? Because so far we've only seen the rebels with Duke Gaspard. Alright, there's one corpse pit done. What's this quest over here? Is it under us? Ah! Need a rope to get in there. Alright, got both of the fires. Where was that horn? It was back towards where we came in at. Alright, that's 2 forts done. Oh, we've got a couple quests to get over here now. What's happening over here? Oh, that's here. Yeah, let's definitely go handle that real quick. One of Solus's spirit friends is being bound somewhere over here. We gotta go out and help him.
Thank you for this, Inquisitor. We are not far from where my friend was summoned.
Ooh.
One of the mages. Killed by arrows, it would seem.
Very astute, Solus. Thank you for that, input.
These aren't mages. The bodies are burned, and these claw marks. No. No, no, no. That's a demon's work. My friend. Ah!
The mages turned your friend into a demon.
Yes.
You said it was a spirit of wisdom, not a fighter.
A spirit becomes a demon when denied its original purpose.
So they summoned it for something so opposed to its own nature that it was corrupted. Fighting.
Let us ask them.
A mage! You're not with the bandits? Do you have any lyrium potions? Most of us are exhausted. We've been fighting that demon.
You summoned that demon! Except it was a spirit of wisdom at the time. You made it kill! You twisted it against its purpose!
I understand how it might be confusing to someone who has not studied demons, but after you help us, I can...
We are not here to help you.
Solus is smarter than you are.
Word of advice? I'd hold off on explaining how demons work to my friend here.
Listen to me. I was one of the foremost experts in the Kirkwall
Shut up. You summoned it to protect you from the bandits.
Yes.
You bound it to obedience, then commanded it to kill. That is when it turned. The summoning circle. We break it, we break the binding. No orders to kill, no conflict with its nature, no demon.
What? The binding is the only thing keeping the demon from killing us. Whatever it was before, it is a monster now.
Inquisitor, please!
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the binding quickly.
Thank you. We must hurry!
I've studied rituals like this. I should be able to disrupt the ritual quickly. The solution? Beat the crap out of it. Why is that still standing? Did you raise a spike, Dorian? It's got a necromancy bar over it. There we go.
Tel Abalos en Azel Atalim. Mamelava Halani. Malasuladina das. Magellani Mitanam.
Manuvinen. Dareth Shira.
I heard what it said. It was right. You did help it.
No. I must endure.
Let me know if I can help.
You already have. All that remains now is them.
Thank you. We would not have risked the summoning, but the roads are too dangerous to travel unprotected.
You tortured and killed my friend.
We didn't know it was just a spirit. The book said it could help us.
Ooh. I feel like I should stop him. I'm gonna let him go ham. Jesus!
I need some time alone. I will meet you back at Skyhold.
Oh, he just straight up left. Oh shit! Anyways, look, a Dalish camp. And wolves.
Traveling these plains, have you come across a golden hat? I fear human soldiers may kill her. If she would only draw close, I could gain her trust. I could protect her.
An Algilan? I've heard stories of such a creature.
Yes. Some of us believe she comes to the people in times of great need.
Why do you think soldiers hunt your Hala?
Pelts and horns sell for gold in Shem markets, I hear. And if they were gold. Dareth Shiral.
Okay.
Durana Tishan, my brother. It is good to see another of the people in this place from which we all came. Still beautiful, isn't it? Even with scars left by the Shemlin War and all the troubles that followed.
What troubles you, Horan?
Where do I start, Delenn? The armies cause rock slides. They dig ditches that trip the Hala and destroy the Arvils, making passage impossible. Precisely when the clan needs him most, my first, Tavin, defies my wishes and mounts an excursion to the Emerald Graves. And now, I've learned that the grounds of Far Balanaris are infested by angry spirits from the beyond.
I think I met your son, actually.
I can deal with that for you.
Stay alert, Delenn. Spirits are dangerous, and be mindful of the resting places of our dead. Our Balanaris is sacred ground. Dareth Shiral, Delenn.
At this rate, we'll never be on our way.
You were the one they called the Herald of Andraste.
For all the world to venerate a Dalish elf. That's never happened before, has it? All the clans are talking about you. Or so Keeper Howan says.
Ah, talk. What do they say exactly?
Good things, I think. A few hope this is a sign of change for our people. Real change. If it's true, I want to be a part of it.
Ah, are we picking up more stragglers then?
It won't happen. Keeper Howan won't allow it. He doesn't trust anything to do with the Chantry or Andraste.
I could try to convince your keeper.
You could try.
I'll take my leave.
Andarana Tishan.
Do you have anything to trade?
The Keeper has forbidden trade with strangers we cannot trust. Please understand.
Okay. Well, look, you keep hella. Okay, so we've got to gain favor with the Dalish by, I guess doing favors for him. Hello, what's this?
Solinas Valoran, where are you?
Who's Valoran?
My brother. He's been sullen for a while because the Keeper chose another as his apprentice. He thinks it's a slight, but it isn't. He just wasn't ready. Keeper Howan wants him to wait. Then he took off 3 nights ago on his own. I don't know what he was thinking. The Keeper sent hunters to search, but they never found a trace. Mathal's mercy. If anything's happened.
Elgar'nan the Allfather. Long ago, when the time itself was young, the only thing in existence were the sun and the land. The sun, curious about the land, bowed its head to her body, and Elgar'nan was born in the place where they touched. The sun and the land loved Elgar'nan greatly, for he was beautiful and clever. As a gift to Elgar'nan, the land brought forth great birds and beasts of sky and forest, and all manner of wonderful green things. Elgar'nan loved his mother's gifts and praised them highly, and walked amongst them often. The sun, looking down upon the fruitful land, saw the joy that Elgar'nan took in her works, and grew jealous of. Out of spite, he shone his face full upon all creatures the earth had created, and burned them all to ashes. The land cracked and split from bitterness and pain, and cried salt tears for the loss of all she had wrought. The pool of tears cried for the land became the ocean, and the cracks in her body the forest. The cracks in her body the first rivers and streams. Elgar'nan was furious at what his father had done and vowed vengeance. He lifted himself into the sky and wrestled the sun, determined to defeat him. They fought for an eternity, and eventually the sun grew weak, while Elgar'nan's rage was unabated. Eventually, Elgar'nan threw the sun down from the sky and buried him in a deep abyss created by the land's sorrow. With the sun gone, the world is covered in shadow, and all that remained in the sky were the remainders of Elgar'nan's battle with his father, drops of the sun's lifeblood which twinkled and shimmered in the darkness. Okay, so I think for now we're gonna go turn in the... What was I thinking of? The letters we found on the bodies, and inform them that we have retaken their ramparts, and we will continue with the Dalish and Solus in the next episode. So let's run back here.
The demons are coming closer.
Okay, so that's turned in. I didn't have another thing to turn in? Or was that it? That was also all turns. A lot of these are shards. Yeah, those are all shards. This is... That's Valoran. We've got that note we found about the loot in the tree, Golden Hala. The Dalish burial site. Okay, so we'll deal with most of that in the next episode, yeah? The Riverside Garrison. Probably have a look at that as well. Anyways, so... Probably should have stopped Solus, but
Where did I leave that hammer?
I don't know. I really probably should have. I don't know if he'll forgive me for letting him, but that was his own lapse in judgment. So, anyway, so until then, I'm probably going to start off with Solus next time because I'm very eager to see what happens at the end of that. But until next time, my name's been Tojo. Remember to leave a like if you like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.